This week on the Digital Coffee, you're soon going to be able to tweet on Instagram. Also on Instagram, you can now do appointment scheduling. I tell you what, I'm going to start that again. Here we go. This week on the Digital Coffee, appointment scheduling comes to Instagram Direct, which is great. And also on Instagram soon, you could be tweeting there. And over on Twitter, you can now upload 2-hour-long videos if you pay. All that and more after this. Good morning, and welcome to the Digital Coffee. This is your weekly dose of digital marketing and social media news for small business. My name is Amanda Webb, and I am clutching my coffee cup because I would love to know what beverage are you sharing with me today. So do let me know. I actually did have coffee this morning. Usually it's banned, but today is a very special day because it is my birthday. Yay. So I thought, you know what? Gonna treat myself, gonna have a cup of coffee. So hopefully I won't talk too fast for you. Also, tell me what's in your mug. That's what I'd love to know. Also, I'd love to know where you're watching. So are you? Well, physically where you're watching is good, but I'd also like to know, are you watching on LinkedIn? Are you watching on Facebook? Are you watching on YouTube, or are you watching somewhere else? And you can see I've got this big banner sticking at the bottom because I've just launched something new that I think would be really useful to a lot of you, which is Analytics Day, a free virtual conference that's happening on the 29th of June. Because on the 1st of July, which is on a Saturday, 2 days after that, Google are switching off Universal Analytics and you will be forced to use Google Analytics 4. And I thought, instead of stressing about this, I'm going to put that back up again. Instead of stressing about this, let's celebrate it. So come and join us on Analytics Day. I would love to see you there. Okay, but enough about that. Enough about me. If you enjoy this show, if you want to come and have a little chat, you can join myself and Making at 10:30 a.m. for the after show. So there's another QR code for you. And we will be discussing these topics in more detail. Making will be sharing her ideas, and we'd love you to come along and share your ideas as well. But enough about that. You're here to see the news. So let us talk news.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Jeremiah J-Man Monero with J-Man Speaks from New York, and you're watching Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb. Make it a great day.
I know a lot of you really love Instagram, and you know what? Instagram can be really good for product-based businesses, for shops, for example, as long as you're not in Ireland because you know your shop's going away, right? But it can be really good for a shopping experience, but for a service-based business, it's a bit of a longer conversion path. So rather than somebody just buying from your shop, they usually want to get to know you. They'll send you a direct message. And maybe one of the things that you offer is a free consultation or a getting to know you call. Now, Instagram are going to make it much easier for you to schedule those calls. In fact, I have this right now, so I'm kind of excited. You'll have to let me know if you do as well. And it's basically, this is what you can do. You can go in a direct message and you can set up and schedule an appointment with someone, and they will get reminders about that appointment that you've scheduled. They'll be able to add it to their calendar. You'll be able to add it to your calendar. So I think this is a really cool feature for people who love Instagram, because let's face it, a lot of people love Instagram. But if you're a service-based business, to help take customers to the next level. So that is all good.
Hi, I'm Carol Phillips from Laguna Beach, California, and I'm here watching Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb. Hi.
Now, Twitter, it's having a thing. In fact, it's time to get my Elon Musk bell out. Because Twitter is having a thing right now. We know that. There have been so many changes to Twitter and a lot of people are fleeing because of the way it's changed. But nobody can really decide where they're going to go, because Twitter is a particularly unique network. It's got lots of cool, it's always been great for having conversations with other people and big conversations with other people. So what are we going to do? Some people went to Mastodon when Elon Musk first bought Twitter. They migrated there. Some people are trying out Blue Sky. I'm on Blue Sky. I often forget to look at it. I still spend a lot of time on Twitter. Something called T2. That's just a few of the tools that are out there. A lot of people have just gone to the social networks that they already used and started using those more. So Instagram has seen an uptick in users. And that's why it's interesting that Meta are looking at introducing a Twitter style tool to a Twitter style tool to Instagram. And basically you will be able to log in with your Instagram account, but it will be a different social network. And it will have some of those features that we love from Twitter. So you'll be able to go and talk to anyone that you want to talk to. You'll be able to engage with anyone that you want to engage with. It will be text first rather than an image first, although you will be able to add images. And as you can see, it looks very much like Twitter. The code name, I'm just going to keep bringing that back for some reason. The code name for this is Barcelona. So Twitter Barcelona. No, Instagram Barcelona could be the way we tweet. This may succeed because it's not something completely new. It's a login that people already have. It's a system that they understand. But of course, there's the downside, because we already are heavily reliant on Meta, which is Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and Oculus, to deliver our social networking. Adding another tool in there means that all our eggs are in one basket. So if we have problems with Meta, that is everything gone, which isn't so good. And I think that may put a lot of people off. It's going to be really interesting to see if this takes off or if one of the others takes off. You know, Blue Sky is great. It's just like Twitter. It's great fun. Everyone's being nice to each other. But will people remember to log in? Whereas with Instagram, it's going to be a lot easier. I'm not sure.
I'm Esther.
And I'm Melanie.
From the Monday Morning Marketing Podcast.
And you're watching The Digital Coffee
with Amanda Webb.
Lead forms on Facebook or Meta ads have really come into their own since that iOS update that we saw a few years ago from Apple, the privacy-centric update. And the reason for that is these are forms, so they can be inquiry forms or quote forms or whatever information you want from people, lead gen forms that live within the architecture of Facebook. So nobody has to go to your website. It all happens on Facebook, and Facebook knows what its users do. So you can use this in a similar way that you may have retargeted people who filled in forms on your website or visited your website. You can retarget people here. There's less friction. People don't have to click and wait for your website to load because it all happens in Facebook. And really, that was one of the first things that advertisers like me did. We switched to lead forms because we knew we could still measure the results from our ad campaigns. So it's about time they had an upgrade, and they are getting an upgrade. Meta, I do have to consult my notes. Meta are adding new features. Firstly, they're adding a feature. Let's see if I can get this up on the screen. Firstly, they're adding a feature with conditional questions. Now, conditional questions were there before, but this is going to be a lot more streamlined. So in the example they give is for a college where they ask students which course they want to do, and depending on their answer, they will get zapped along to another question or another set of questions that is most relevant for people doing that course. You could use this if you are a service-based business and you have different tiers of products. What are they interested in? And zap them across to the questions that are related to that. So that for me could be really good because I have forms on my website to apply for particular products and services, but I could maybe integrate that into my ads as well. So I think it's a really useful tool, but that's not the best of it. The final feature, which flashed up on the screen there, which is flashing up on the screen there, is that you will actually be able to send people to your website, but instead of them filling in a form in on your website, they'll be able to click the button. Once it'll load within the Facebook browser, and they'll be able to load the Facebook lead form and fill in their details from there, which again, it's putting your own website there so it becomes familiar with people, but the form is making it easy for people to fill in and easy for you to convert people. So I think this is all good news from Meta. I think We've seen a massive improvement, really, in Facebook ads in the last 6 months. Before the last 6 months, it was tricky. But last week we saw them getting rid of a lot of the hoops that you had to jump through in order to run conversion ads. And now we're seeing this. I do think, Facebook ads are back, baby. They're back. And when I say Facebook ads, I do mean Meta ads. But you knew that, didn't you?
Hello, this is Nicole from Wonderstars, and you are watching Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
Have you been watching your analytics? And in particular, have you been watching your video analytics? And by that, I mean your web-based video analytics, because you may well have seen a massive drop for 2 weeks in May. Now, usually video content does really well because Google tends to prioritize it in the feed. If you ask a question and there's a video that answers that question, whether it's on YouTube or embedded in your site, it will link to that video. So it's a really good way to drive traction, to get people to know your business and your brand, and for people to find you. But there was an anomaly. There was an anomaly for 2 weeks in May when a Google bug caused a drop in video traffic. Now, initially, we thought this was a reporting issue in Google Analytics and in Google Search Console, but it seems not. It seems it was actually a problem with Google. So maybe it was showing far less video results, so your video views would have dropped. So if you're worried that you had a decline in videos between May the 4th and the 17th, it could be due to that glitch. So don't give up on your video marketing right now. Everything is probably fine.
Hi, Sasha Lydia from Think Outside the Bot, and you're watching the Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
In the age of Netflix, we are used to streaming long form video, whether that's a half-hour show or an hour-long show, or if we sit down and watch a movie for a couple of hours. That is the way most people are consuming content right now. Yes, of course, we still watch the TV now and then, but even some of that is streaming. Twitter obviously want to get onto this bandwagon because this week they announced that you can now upload up to 2 hours of video, one video that is 2 hours long, up to 2 hours long, to the platform. If you pay, of course. You had to be a Twitter verified subscriber in order to get this, but if you pay, you can upload a 2 hour long video. Now, my initial thoughts when I heard this was like, surely Twitter is a short form content place. Is that a thing? I know the tweets have got longer as well, so maybe it is moving away from that model. But do I want to sit on Twitter for 2 hours watching a video? Well, the answer is I don't know, because obviously the way Twitter works and the tools that we have on Twitter are changing significantly. I, for one, don't read those long blog post style tweets that you get on Twitter, but I know May King on our show was saying that she did. So maybe there is room for this. I do think this is partly because I know that that Elon Musk was talking about letting Tucker Carlson, who is the shamed and if you're Action Fox, you have to be pretty bad, right? He was Action Fox. He's welcoming him on to run his show. So instead of live streaming, maybe Mr. Carlson could be uploading his videos. But also alongside that, if you don't want to watch a 2 hour show, but there's a 2 hour video, they've also introduced some new tools that will allow you to watch at double speed, which is just odd. But it could mean that you could watch a 2 hour long video in an hour. Maybe that'll work. Maybe that's the way the world's going. I don't know.
This is May King Sang, first name May King, from the Firmo Creator, and you have been watching the Digital Coffee Show with Amanda Webb.
It wasn't so long ago. I think it was around Christmas. I'm trying to remember when Elon Musk took over Twitter. I keep mentioning him. I'm going to have to get my bell out. I can't remember when Elon Musk took over Twitter. But I do remember it was, I think, over Christmas that we started seeing public tweet count. So everyone is now able to see how many people you reach with your tweets. Now this guy, I can see why he did it, because then he started charging to get extra reach, and you can really see the difference between Twitter verified people and non-Twitter verified people, because But I wasn't a fan of this because I think it makes us obsess about reach when in fact, it's only relevant if we're reaching the right people and we're engaging with the right people. And, it was kind of like shaming us, and where the likes of Instagram allow you to hide the number of likes that you've got on a post. Here's Twitter just throwing how many people you're reaching in front of them. However, now they're keeping that, but they've got rid of the number of video views. So you can see how many times a tweet has been seen, but you can't see the number of video views anymore on desktop or on iOS, which is a bit bizarre, isn't it? It's a bit bizarre. Now, somebody pointed out that this kind of like is counterproductive because that guy, Santos, he's running for president of the United States. He's running for the Republican nomination. I don't know a lot about US politics, but he's another Trump type person. Anyway, he put out a video, said it was viewed this many times. Well, actually, the tweet was viewed this many times, but people on Android are still able to see the video count. So they're able to see that the video wasn't watched that many times. I don't know. I'm not a fan of public counts anywhere, but on the other hand, and we can still, as a user, we can see in our analytics how many people actually watched our videos. So is it actually a bad thing? I'd be happy for no public view or Twitter counts altogether. Let me know what you think.
Hi, I'm Danielle from Redbow, and you're watching The Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
I'm kind of excited about this one. WhatsApp are going to allow users to share their screens when they're on a video call. So this could be really useful for businesses who need to maybe show a presentation. They can have that open on their screen, on their phone, and they can flick through the presentation. Or maybe they want to show them different features of a product that they've got in photographs that they can share through a video call. Or for somebody who trains like me, it could be a really useful and not internet intensive way to work one-to-one with people and show them the way around specific apps that they need to use. I think this is really exciting and I can't wait to see it in action. I can't remember if I've ever done a video call on WhatsApp. Oh yes, I have, plenty, but only personally. So I'm wondering how this will work out. I can't wait to give it a go. And that is all. If you have been, I can see there's people watching, so I'm thinking my comments might be broken. If you have been commenting away, I do apologise. I feel like I need to look properly at things with my glasses on. If you've been commenting away, I do apologise because I haven't seen it. I can see there's lots of people watching, so maybe you're just being very silent. I'm going to go and check on all the channels afterwards and I'll be able to catch up with you then. But don't forget two things. 10:30 a.m. come along to the Digital Coffee Extra Shot. You can go and find it on my profile or May King's profile on LinkedIn, or you can just scan the QR code where we will talk about these stories in more detail. And also the big banner I've got at the bottom of my screen. Don't forget to come along to Analytics Day, a whole day of learning about measurement. And it's not just, I can see all the comments coming in now. It's almost like I mentioned it and they all arrived. It's not just about Google Analytics. We've got John Loomer, who's going to be talking about the success he's having with his short form video content right now. We're going to be talking to Rob and Kennedy, the email marketing heroes, who are going to talk about the one metric that you should be looking at or you should care about in your email marketing. Forget about open rate and click rate. This is the thing you need to focus on. We've got Wave Wild, who is the TikTok trend queen, who's going to talk about getting more ROI from TikTok. We've got Eileen Ireland, who is a GDPR professional, who's going to tell us how Google Analytics 4 is better for our GDPR and what you need to do on your website to be GDPR compliant. And you know what? She's not scary at all. She's brilliant. I'm going to talk about some of the things that you need to do on Google Analytics. So I really hope you can come along to that day. If you're on my email list, I will be telling you about that non-stop until you sign up. So, put yourself out of the misery now. Sign up now before you get your 200 emails about it. That is, I can see all your comments now, and I don't know when they were left. I don't know if I just guilted you into commenting, but thank you so much. I'm sorry I haven't been able to put you up on screen. But it's been fabulous to see you, and hopefully I will see you at 10:30 a.m. over on LinkedIn, and I can see we've got some LinkedIn viewers to join in the extra shot, which is being recorded. We will have the Elon Musk bell, and you will be able to come and tell us what you think. If you can't make that, I will be back here, same bat time, same bat place, and I will be 50 and 1 week old. Until then, bye-bye.